We are actually going to see some of the remnants of Hillary today, believe it or not, even though most of that moisture is well to the north of us, and that is because we have that low that continues to sit off to the west of us, and that is going to help draw in some of that moisture. You can already see it occurring. So again, most of that moisture from Hillary is to the north of us in northern California, but this low is going to start to draw in. We're already seeing some thunderstorms out of this as well, and we're starting to see just a few showers trying to make it around Carmel Highlands there, maybe up into Pebble as well. So we're watching that very carefully for you. We also will have some instability ramp up later on this afternoon. We will have colder air aloft, but with that remnants in place and that colder air aloft, we're going to help to fire off maybe some thunderstorms this afternoon. Better chance of those will be for those inland locations, but around the coast, we can't take that out of the forecast. We do have the chance to see some of those thunderstorms even around the coast this afternoon. So here's what it looks like timing-wise. A mix of high and low clouds this morning. We'll start to see some of those showers making their way into our area later on this morning. We could even see this as early as around 9-10 a.m. So I'm watching it very carefully for you this morning. They will be light isolated showers to begin with, but then as we head into that lunchtime hour just after lunch, we will start to see that instability kick off, and we will have the chance to see heavier showers from some of these isolated cells. We could even be dealing again with thunderstorms, maybe even some small hail from some of these cells as well. So that will continue as we head into the afternoon, early evening hours. Again, we're going to continue to see these isolated showers bubbling up. And then by the time we roll into dinner time, we should start to see some of this activity kind of calm down a little bit. An isolated shower or two through the overnight hours is still possible, and maybe a lingering shower into tomorrow morning is also possible. But again, with those low clouds in place, I'm not expecting them to be widespread just because we don't have that stable environment for those low clouds to be very widespread. So we will have those low clouds returning overnight into tomorrow morning, but they're not going to be a blanket across our area. We also have some gusty winds to talk about this afternoon. Southerly winds coming up. They are going to be gusty, especially around the north side of the bay, where Santa Cruz, you could be dealing with winds anywhere between that 20 to 30 mile per hour range. Of course, over the water, they are going to be gustier. We will have those winds picking up as well for the Salinas Valley later on this afternoon. Pretty typical for this time of year. But yes, gusty conditions, not just around the coast, but we'll be feeling them for those higher elevations as well. Because of those winds, we do have a gale warning that will be going into effect at 9 a.m., lasting until 9 p.m. this evening. This does include the Monterey Bay, so hazardous seas for mariners. And again, if you're around the immediate coast, especially on the north side of the bay, you're going to feel those gusty winds this afternoon. Temperatures today, we're actually going to be fairly warm around the coast, right around seasonable, if not slightly above seasonable, but our inland locations are going to be on the cool side. There's not going to be much difference between the coast and our inland areas. We're going to see widespread 70s and 80s out there today. Upper 60s for Capitola, 71 for Santa Cruz. North side of the bay is actually going to be a little bit cooler compared to the southern portion of the bay, and that is because of those winds coming in from the south. In the Santa Cruz Mountains, we'll be in those mid 70s out there. So again, these are places that were dealing with those 90s last week. We're well below that this week, or I should say today anyway. 77 for Watsonville, 73 in Marina, 78 in Salinas, 86 in Hollister, and we'll see those mid 80s in the Santa Clara Valley. Look at this, 75 in Monterey, 72 in Pacific Grove, 76 in Carmel, and then up and down the Salinas Valley, we're going to be sitting mainly in those 80s today. Bradley at 79, Parkfield at 80, 76 in the San Antonio Valley. So again, inland locations are going to be cool this afternoon. Around the Big Sur coast, you're also going to feel those gusty winds this afternoon, so be prepared for that. Temperatures will be in those mid 70s.